Good day, guys. It's Wild Willie here on this blustery, cold, crappy spring day, and I'm stuck in here, day 7 with coronavirus, and I feel like dirt. And anyways, I've been answering a lot of emails, going on a lot of forums, and kind of wasting time that way. Anyways, a couple questions people are confused about, so people have emailed me about, so I'm gonna talk really quickly, as quick as I can about it. So first off, the big one was how do I use lighting for my solar, or how's my house connected to solar as far as lighting? I did a temporary measure. Nothing is hardwired in my house to my panel, to this, to that. See these? You can buy these off Amazon, different wattages. You can get warm light, cool light, whatever. They come on about a 15, 20-foot cord with their own switch on them to turn them on and off. See these little power banks? They're next to nothing now. I charge these up once, and then I let them sit in my window and get sunlight all day. You see how it's flashing? It's not even a sunny day and it's flashing. If some strange reason they wouldn't hold the charge because there hasn't been no sun for a few days, well, then I'll just plug them into my Jackery. But this is every lamp in my house is either plugged into the wall, and it has one of these hanging in the lampshade. Just hanging there. You can't even see this cord. I tuck everything in behind, you know, so it's nice and put away. Simple it is, you keep this on. This can stay on if you want. I just had it turned off. And you flick your switch and your lamp comes on. And when you tell you the truth, when this is hanging inside your lampshade, you don't know whether it's running off hydro or it's just running off the solar backup, because it's just as bright. You can get these things in different wattages. These are plenty light enough for what I use around the house. And at night, generally, it's a lamp on here, lamp on there. I don't have every lamp on in the house at once. And an on and off switch, you're done. That's my lighting situation for the most part. That's the most common everyday used one. But not what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so there's a lot of confusion about solar generators, and I've seen this online. They said they would power my coffee maker. They said they would power my toaster, and I bought it, and it only powered my toaster for 10 seconds, and this happened and that happened, so what's going on, blah, blah, blah. How much power do I need to do this, to do that? Okay, guys, the very simple rule. First of all, I would recommend, before you even spend money on whether it be this brand of solar generator or any other brand, I think solar generation is the way to go. But write down what your needs are for an emergency situation. What do you want? Do you want to keep lighting on? You want to keep your fridge going? You want to keep, you know, your electric razor charged? You want, like, it's just, you have to prioritize what can you really be doing or need power for when there's a power outage. So that's a good place to start. Then figuring out how much wattage everything takes when it starts up and everything else, looking online, looking in your booklet that comes with the product, whatever the case may be. If you're going to be using, you know, you want to use 1,000 watts over 8 hours or 3,000 watts over 8 hours, you can figure out it that way. But here's the easiest thing to do. Look at whatever you're going to use. This is just a small one. I don't use this very often. I keep my cell phone charged with it. That's about it. A couple of small things. So this is only 200 watts, 240 surge watts. Pretend it's 1,000 watts. Well, I'm not going to dig out a 1,000 watt Jackery, but pretend it's 1,000 watts. If my coffee maker is 1,300 watts, will it run my coffee maker if it's just a straight 1,000 watts? No, but I know it surges up to 1,500. So what you do is you take the wattage of whatever it is you're going to use, whether it be your TV, if your TV's 70 watts, it's 500 watts, whatever your microwave is, if it's 1,200 watts, and divide that by the total wattage, total running wattage of the Jackery or whatever your solar thing is. So that means if this was a 1,000 watt unit, very simple, and I was running something that was 500 watts of power it needed to run, that means I could run that individual item for 2 hours. Make sense? So a coffee maker is, I'm just going to plug this in my head, say almost 1,400 watts for a coffee maker. If I had a 1,000 watt Jackery, whatever, we'll say 1,375, it would be 1.375 hours. I could run that coffee maker total. Am I going to run a coffee maker that straight, that long? No, I'm not. Am I going to, you know, my 1,200 watt microwave oven, 1.2, whatever it is, over an hour and a half. Am I going to run that microwave straight for an hour and a half? No, I'm not. I might need it to heat a meal for 2 minutes, 5 minutes even. But that's how you got to figure out how much power each item costs, or what each item takes some power to use, rather. That's the only way you're going to figure out what you need. I took all the things. My fridge, when it kicks on, it goes up to 1300 watts when the compressor kicks on, but only for about 2 minutes. And then it drops down to 80 watts. And my compressor, the way my fridge working, that only comes on about every 4 hours, that compressor. So I can run my fridge for a hell of a long time on a 1000-watt Jackery. And that's an issue I have to deal with maybe 9 months of the year. The other 3 months, the food can be thrown outside or in the back of a car if it's cold enough or whatever. Take your needs, look at what your needs, what you're going to want to run on the Jackery. Necessities first, luxury second. We can go without a coffee machine or an espresso machine. There's such a thing called instant coffee. Look at what your needs are. Can you get around your needs with alternativeness? Is there something else? Do I need to put on the electric kettle? Or do I have a gas stove, a gas range? I can just light it and heat my water. Can I buy a tiny little pocket stove for next to nothing at Canadian Tire Camping Section and heat and cook with that, so I won't have to use my Jackery for backup power, for stuff like that, for an electric grill or whatever? Pay attention to your needs. Take the wattage of whatever it is, divide it by the running wattage of your solar generator, and that'll tell you how long each individual item that you're using will last. That's the easiest way to do it. And try to get a good total up of how many watts you're going to use a day for whatever it is you're going to be using. And that'll give you a good idea too how much power, how big of a solar generator you're going to need. Myself, to run for whatever thing I need, for my lighting, if I want to watch TV for 6-7 hours a day, if I want to run my router, if I want to run the Blu-ray player, if I want to run the occasional microwave or air fryer, just a general purpose, my fridge can run for 7-8 hours a day. If needed, I could go more and make other sacrifices, but and all that, I can do 1500 watts a day and get away with what I need. That being said, do I need solar panels to charge it? Yes. Do I got to pay attention if the sun's not going to be out every day? Yes. Or do I have to plug it into the wall or into my car sometimes to cheat to repower up stuff? Yes, I do. But 1500 watts a day is what I need to run myself comfortably in a shit hits the fan situation, and what I can generally reproduce very easy, the 1500 watts via the sun. So just food for thought, guys. You see these, don't pay attention to the guys on YouTube that are, look, it'll run this, it'll run this, it'll run my wife's hair dryer. Yes, it'll run a lot of those things, but how long will it run them for? And it certainly won't run more than one of the big ticket items at once. So anyways, guys, food for thought. I'm Wild Willie. I got a truck, and remember, it's not a question if the shit hits the fan, it's a question of when. So always be prepared.